All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Bridgewater. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Running with Kamara. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Let's go! 6 yards. Watching you five. You remember me? You remember me?
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. From the gun, Bridgewater. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And that hits the crossbar and comes back, and it's no good. And by just a whisker, this remains a scoreless game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
So the missed field goal, and now they're in great shape. They'll start at the 38. First carry for Nick Chubb. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Check 43. Deuce. 24.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
No, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going.
Check. Watch this.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And finding the tight end, Wilson. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Make that now 3 straight 2-yard gains.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is they had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out of it.
But warm-up QB, too. Let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take them downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single...
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, getting the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. And the Cardinals scoring again. They've got that one in cruise control. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Second and 5 now. Watson, he'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 22-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Watson. Flushed out right. Pass incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Watson. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Partner, I know it's hard to believe, but sometimes guys who are built with the dimension of linebackers can actually get lost from sight by the quarterback.
Well, they're usually not the tallest guys.
So, yeah, that allows them sometimes to kind of hide down in there, kind of get a little bit lower, and maybe he just never saw him. But, boy, he sure wishes he had. He picked it off and ran it all the way back for a touchdown.
Gostkowski with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the...
Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
It's going to be a long day. Check out now. Hot. Check 30. Hey, 59.
Watson. Got some room at the 30. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he's going to get this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
You got him.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
All day, defense, all day, all day. 55 is my guy, 55. I'm coming out to you, I'm coming out to you. Hey, check right. Watch it, it's going to be a long...
Now Watson to throw on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
This is taken at the 15. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 35-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing is Bridgewater. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down.
And 12 yards to go.
The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
At their own 42-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Around the NFL, they're in the second in Philly. And really pouring it on now are the Falcons. I would definitely imagine we'll hear more from that game as we go along. Ball on the 42 as they come up second and 10.
Switch.
They'll try the left side. Hines. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Ravens on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. 2 minutes on the clock. Second quarter. 7-0 ball game.
He's not going to get me.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process.
6 yards. First down, Ravens.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
And a Raven
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Here's Watson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Right there. 54. Right now.
Watson now to throw. And it's caught. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
We got this.
87. First and goal, Baltimore.
They come out here in the eye. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal.
Check 24. Check.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point good by Gostkowski. And it's now 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half. A first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
First down, Baltimore.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to go for a big play down. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Paris Campbell, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Third and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Throwing, Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. A run for Nick Chubb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
On second down now, it's Hines. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Here's Watson on 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
This is it. Here we go. Check it out, Reed.
They'll run with Chubb. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the Chiefs' 13-yard line.
So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Chubb. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
So it's 3rd and goal now, and this is where the Arrowhead crowd can make it very tough.
Watch the twins.
Out of the gun, Watson. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's put that team on the bus.
Kamara. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense. We got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Flush to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and an alley to run. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
It's 2nd and inches at the 34-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. To throw, Bridgewater. And this is incomplete.
Martin, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down for the Chiefs, solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, it's Bridgewater. And he whips that one incomplete there. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
Ready. Set with the flag. 50 seconds to Mike. Let's go, D.
From the red zone now, Bridgewater. And he'll hit Jeffrey complete. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. They've really been able to contain Alshon Jeffrey. That catch a rare exception in this game. And
that's a feather in their cap because he's such a tone setter for his team on offense that they try and get him the ball early. And, of course, what comes after that is often. And for them to limit him and him not catch a ball until the second half, it's a big reason why his team is behind in the scoreboard.
It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
They'll run it with Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Bridgewater. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Jarvis Landry, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Extra point try for Gostkowski. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
Michael Sack, 19. Hey, watch the slant. And let's go.
From the 25 on 2nd down. Watson, open man is Howard, the tight end. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
And it's 3rd down.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Switch. Check safety. Check.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's taken down inside the 30. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion.
Set. 19. Check. Walk it before. You got it.
They'll run on 1st down. Hines. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They run again with Hines. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
All day.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
On first down, it's Hines. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range. On the ground, it's Chubb. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Now Watson. And that is incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Bridgewater. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Dancing to his left. Steps away to his left. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. penalty, Chubb. And an alley to run. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Where's the set? 19! 55. Oh, here we go. Oh. 54. He's coming. We got double up, double up. 54 is down, he's coming. Down the ball.
On 3rd down, Hines. Yeah, he needed to get to the midfield stripe, but he can't do it. He's about a yard short. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and it's knocked away and incomplete. There defensively to knock it away was the safety, Justin Reed. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say, that was a game-saving play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. And that's complete to Jeffrey. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
Check, 55, Mike. Crunch time, defense.
Now Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, check right. Hustle. You ain't got nothing.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
Bridgewater to throw for it on fourth. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens are looking like they're going to come away with a victory. Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game. So the final